Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana hobby guy. I've got a new hobby, and it's not laser engraving. I've got something in the mystery box, like you saw in the thumbnail for this video. I've got a mystery box from Vevor, and it's a way for you people that do craft shows to make an extra easy $200 to $300 per day, because the products that this thing makes sell. And I saw this at a craft show about 2 weeks ago locally. Somebody was doing this, and they had just like a line of people. They sold other things like pictures and paintings and things like that. But one side of the booth was just this particular thing. And they had a line of people waiting to get one. And it's an amazing little machine. I'm going to take you from beginning to end, show you the unboxing, the setup, how to use it, and I'll throw in tips along the way that I learned after the unboxing and the setup to make it easier for you to make a decision. Look, we're talking about like a little bit over $100 investment that can bring you some big bucks if you're doing craft shows. And even if you're not doing craft shows, you're going to love this product. So let's get started right now with the unboxing and setup and start making these products that are going to make you money. Let's go. Okay, so the wait is almost over. This is a Vevor box. I want to thank Vevor for answering me. Let me bring this table down just a little bit, get more of it in the picture. All right, that looks good right there. And I reached out to them. I've been seeing this on Facebook, and I wanted to get one of these. So I reached out to them and I said, can you please send me one? And of course, as usual, they said, yes, no problem, and sent it right out. And actually, I got it like 2 days later. So let's see what's in the mystery box here today. Just going to scoot it off to the side. Besides the styrofoam, anybody got a guess yet? How about that? Do you have a guess? So I'll start taking some of these things out of the box, and we'll see if you guys can guess what this is. And I got to tell you, I keep seeing these videos over and over and over again. Yeah, it's a button maker. And wow, there's a lot of buttons in here. This bag is open. We'll get these back in here so we don't make a mess for now. Oh, I see, it broke open. And you know what? I've seen this in a couple videos where people have said that this particular bag is broken open. So let's get all of this stuff. Man, they sure as heck do give you a lot of supplies in here. And I'll put a link down in the description if you guys want to take a look at this. But let me tell you, there are people that are making tons and tons of these buttons and a lot of money at the craft shows. So that's why I wanted to get one of these. Well, first off, I want to make some buttons and some magnets. Now, this one doesn't come with the magnets. I'll have to buy that separately. Come on, get out of there. Gee whiz, that's heavy. All right, let's put that box on the side. And let's take a look and see what's inside these boxes. Now, you guys already know it's a button maker. Maybe I should speed up through this. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I decided to speed up through some of this video because I guess, nobody really wants to watch this kind of stuff in real time. And basically, it's just unpackaging everything. And the only thing that I'm doing here is I'm going to be putting that handle on, which is out of the shot. Unfortunately, the screen that I watch on is behind me, so I couldn't see that it was out of the shot. But I wound up getting a little bit of oil because it didn't screw in right. Once I put the oil in, I was able to screw it in. Now, the next step is going to be to mount it to this base plate over here. And I really wanted to do, and I can see that these threads are really crappy too. Let's take out the instruction manual. I always read the manual, so just to be safe. Of course, I knew that this had to be screwed in. So let's see what we get here. It's telling us about this piece here. Mold side rail pins, tin up cover. Okay, installation instructions. Bolt the flange to the base and tighten with a wrench. Okay, let's do that. Let's put this here. And again, I'm just going to speed this up so that it doesn't take as long. It's just a bolt and a washer. You screw it in and tighten it up, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Pretty simple. And these bolts, these screws, they actually went in quite easily. So next installation step is align the pins on the upper mold with the slots on the body and push upper mold upward. Okay, upper mold. All right, so we're going to start off with the big one, I guess. This is the upper mold. And align the pins. Okay, so there's a pin right here. So I'm guessing that there's a keyway inside here that this fits into. There it is. Okay, so that part is done. Align the pins. Okay, place the pins in the holes on both sides. Okay, so here is the receiver over here. And the receiver goes on like this. So that one I can leave down, screwed in. This one has got to be screwed up. And this receiver slides onto here. Just like that. And then we have to lift this to get it past there. There we go. All right. Then on the other side here, we have a screw that comes down that acts as a stopper to keep it from sliding back off. So there we go. 2 stops, 2 dead stops. And I think I'd want to make this one a little bit tighter. Yeah, there we go. About halfway down, I guess, is good. All right, so this is the 32 millimeter part that goes up in here, the press. We're not going to use this one yet. I'm going to use the bigger ones. So the bigger ones are these two. And they are 58 millimeters. Okay, so a little over about 2 1/4 inches, something like that. All right, now we can get assembly is complete. Wow, that was pretty simple. So, and then it gets into how to make molds and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to go straight into how to make a badge. And they have this little Mr. Panda book here. So I guess the first badge I'm going to make is going to be one of these in here. Let's take a look and see. We have the cutter. So this is the cutter for the 58 millimeter. All right, so let's get this. Oh, there's blades in there, so we got to be careful how we do this. There's the cutter. Here are the blades, the little tiny blades. All right, there's nothing in the book that talks about installing the blades. Oh, it's already got a blade installed. So that looks pretty simple. It's just a screw that holds the blade in place. And this is a safety. We'll take that safety off, put it on the side for now. Put the extra blades on the side. And we'll put this cutter back on the little cup right there. And let's get so I can get these out of the way, let's get a base and a backer. So one side is the base, the other side is the backer that has the pin in it. And then they have these plastic pieces that cover everything. So I'll need one of these, and I'm told from the videos that I've watched to be very careful because you can get more than one. So we'll get one of these. Now that's weird because they only have one ring in there. And I guess those are some test pieces. All right, so if I heard this right, if we use the plastic backer, we don't need the ring. So we'll use the plastic instead of the metal. And we're going to see how this works now. Okay, let's go to the Mr. Panda book over here. I guess we can just cut one of these out. All right, I guess you adjust it to the size that you need. So we'll bring this all the way down to right there. So there's a little adjustment screw on here. You loosen it and you can slide it, make it bigger or smaller. I don't know why you would want to make it bigger than the size that this comes with, but now where are all those pictures that I just had? It's a magic book. It went to blank pages. Okay, here we go. I see they're like in the middle. So let's do this one if we get this right on top of here. And then I guess what we do is press down on here and turn this. This doesn't look like a really great way to do it, but we'll give it a shot. Go around twice just in case, because I see there's a couple spots where maybe it didn't cut through. I think I'm also cutting through the next page. All right, let's see what we get when we do that. That did work, and I did cut through the next page. Didn't work perfectly, but it worked okay. I guess once you get used to it, I think I'll put that protector back on the blade and put that off to the side. All right, so now I've got my picture, and you can use any pictures. Doesn't have to be from this book. And I need to go back to the book here. How to make a badge. Okay, put tin up cover in the left mold. Tin up cover. Now that's supposed to fit in there perfectly, so that is, oh, you know what? I think it goes in this way. Ah, there we go. Fits in there perfectly. Okay, so that's tin up cover in the left mold. Put white paper in the left mold. White paper? I think I'm supposed to put this picture. I don't know why it says white paper. We're going to put this picture. So put white paper in the left mold. And it doesn't seem to fit. I guess I'll have to cut this down. I don't think the edges really matter on this because it's going to fold the edges under. I'm just going to cut off all of the black line. I got to learn how to use that cutter. Remember that this is the very first time I'm attempting to use this. So, all right, so put the paper in. There we go. Paper is in. Push the left mold under the upper mold. Note, the upper and lower molds must be on the same vertical line. Okay, so it has to be aligned properly. Push it under the left mold. Hold the armrest with one hand, and with the other hand hold the handle and press down until the bottom. Note, it's okay that the pins don't go through the up plate of the up model. Okay, let's give this a try. I don't know what any of that means, and it's gone. Okay, so that's a good sign. It's gone. Okay, put the plastic back plate in the right mold. All right, let me turn this so I can do this. Now, this That's the top, so this has to go this way toward the top. And it says upside on here, so we're going to put it in like that. All right. Okay, and that's it. So slide it over to the other stop here and push it all the way down and pop it up. And would you look at that? We almost got it right. Almost got it right on the first try. One thing that didn't happen, it didn't crush the outside here, only in the spot where I cut it too short. The rest of it came out perfect. So that was pretty easy. So now the thing that I have to figure out is how to size this properly and cut it properly in order for this to work. But all in all, that is pretty cool. So there it is. Our very first button is made. Even if one little spot of it is not made perfectly, I'm going to try it again on something else now. Okay, I did find something that I did wrong. So I didn't put this little plastic cover on there, and that's probably why it didn't wrap all the way around. So here we go. We're going to do this again. I'm going to put this metal piece, the button, in there like that. By the way, I found out that this little cutter works really great for this size. And I don't know what the big cutter is for. But now I'll put this guy in here. And don't forget this plastic cover. So I think that's the important part right there. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to find out though. And then I'll slide this over like that. And pull down on that. So now that piece is gone. It's magic. And we got to get this piece and put this piece in here. Upside. Yep, it's written on there which side is the upside. Slide it over. And one more time. This is not really hard to press down. Everybody's saying that it's really hard to press. Oh, look at that. Now that's a perfect press. So that's what I did wrong. I didn't put that plastic sheet on top. Apparently that plastic sheet is what forms the mold around the outside. But look at that. Perfect. That came out really good. I really like this. So this one was my mistake for not putting the plastic on there. Now it's actually nice and shiny too. I don't know if you guys can even see that in the video up there. But now it's ready to pin on somebody. And I'm going to pin it on myself, I guess. And wow, that was quick and easy. Okay, so there's one more thing I think I should talk about, and that is changing out the size. Now, these two pieces stay the same. The only thing we change is this one here. So in order to do that, we've got to take this back off. So if you put your finger under it, you can feel where you're not feeling the screw move anymore. And lift this up. Let's see. Like that. Move this off. And I believe you just pull down like that to take that off. And with this one, there is a keyway in there, so you have to get it in the right spot. There it is right there. And then this piece slides back on, and we're ready to make the second side. And then all we do here, lift this up to get it past these bars, put this screw back down in place, and we can now make the smaller ones. So I may as well do a smaller one. I don't know what you would make. Maybe something like I voted, or something like that. But we'll put that piece in there. And then I'm going to have to find those plastic covers too for this, because I don't see them here unless they're mixed in with these. Oh, these are the plastic covers. Okay. All right. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning here, so give me a break. I couldn't sleep. And what everybody talks about is that you have to make sure that you only get one. So let's just get one. And I found a better way to do these pictures. So if you put the instruction manual underneath the picture that you want to cut, it works pretty well. And let's see, we need a little one. So we'll do this little guy right here. Now what I have to do is adjust my cutter to that size. So I have to unscrew this. Blade needs to scoot all the way into there. So we'll go ahead and tighten that down and put this into position. And what I did was I brought the blade all the way in to this circle because this is the size right here. I did find out that there are hole punchers that you can get in these sizes online on Amazon. So that's probably what I'll do. So there we go. That's going to be close enough for me rather than cutting through the next page, which that's why the second page is there to keep from cutting through. I've just been cutting through on the manual since I don't need it anymore. All right, so now we got this guy. And this guy's got to go on top like that. Then we need the plastic on top of that. So we'll get that in the right spot. Move this over. And like magic, it disappears. All right, now we have to do the other side. Now you can go online on Amazon and you can buy magnets. So you don't have to do buttons. You can also do magnets. So now if we come on this side, okay, that says up on there. If we drop that in there, it should fit perfectly in there. It doesn't, oh, I guess you got to push it down. Okay, so when you push it down, it's got a nice tight fit. And now we'll slide this one over and see how well this one works. And oh, that looks cool. All right, so really easy, really fun to do. There's a little guy right there. I'm sure you can't see him on that camera, but so far so good. I love it. Okay, that's it. I've gotten better at this. I've made about 8 different buttons so far. I'll throw pictures up on the screen so that you can see them better and not so much on my shirt. And I found out a few things along the way. So number one, when you do your cutter, what you want to do is adjust the blade so that it's just outside that circle. And that's all you have to do. So no real adjustments here. Just get it right outside this piece of plastic right here. And that's perfect for cutting. As you can see, I cut a bunch of them perfectly. I'm going to have some tips and tricks on this in another video. So I'm going to show you how I printed all these out, and I just used regular plain paper, which is probably not something that you're not going to want to do. You're probably going to want to use photo paper, and if you're going to a craft show, you'll need a portable printer, a small one with some photo paper so that you can print these out. But I found a way that you don't need to necessarily have the real small one. You can use a letter size and get about 12 of these on one sheet of photo paper. And I have some tricks in mind on how to do that. I'm going to show you how to do it with some free software in a future video, but it makes making these simple, fast, they cut out easy, and you're good to go. Now, I didn't have photo paper available for this, and these were all taken from, all these pictures that you see of these buttons were taken from Facebook offline. So not the highest quality photos to begin with, but I think they came out really, really good. So for about $110 investment for the machine itself, you get 250 buttons with it. you can sell these all day long. And I actually watched somebody. Now, I talked to them about it at the craft show a few weeks back, and they paid, I think he said $690 for the one that he had. Really not much different than this one. And I got to tell you, I did some research. There are lots of these machines on the market that are in the $600 to $1,500 price range. And I was stunned when I saw that, because this one, I'm going to put a link down below, and that'll bring you directly to this one. Right now they have 18% off. It works out to be about $109 or so for the machine, and you get 250 of these. So your first day at the craft show, this thing is going to pay for itself, even if you have to buy a printer, a portable printer to bring with you. Imagine, doing these all day long at $5 a piece, or $6 a piece, or, photos like this one over here. Where am I? This one over here of a child, that you can pull it off of Facebook, and it is going to look nice. And if you print it on photo paper anyway, and $7.50 a piece for them. I got it down to a science where I made all 8 of these samples for this video in probably less than 5 minutes. So really, really easy to do. So I hope you all enjoyed this video today. I'm going to do a follow-up on it with tips and tricks, and how to print everything and cut everything out perfectly, and get into your own button business. Buttons or magnets. I'm going to research that a little more as well over the next week or two, and find out where I can get backers that are magnets for this instead of the actual buttons with the pins. And I'm sure that they're available somewhere. And I'm also going to research the punch cutter, where you just slide it into the hole puncher and pull down on it, and there you go. It's already cut. So anyway, I'm really enjoying this. Now, I do have a link down below in the description to this particular item. It is, I guess, an affiliate link, although they're just tracking my sales to give me future free items. And there is a code in there as well. Now, when you get to the website, there's also an 18% off coupon. You definitely want to check that little box so that you get this for as cheap as possible. And if you combine the two, you're going to get it for about $109. So this could pay for itself in the first 2 hours of a craft show. And these are the kind of things that people love to buy at craft shows, because they can buy it with a $10 bill. So, and they can, if they can get their own child's face on it like this, I mean, it's worth every bit of $7.50. So as long as they could just buy it with a $10 bill and get some change, you're going to be good to go. You're going to be selling these things all day long. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. It's now 5:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep last night. I had an ear infection and vertigo during the week, so I was pretty much bedridden for the most of the week. And this was the first time I started feeling better. I woke up about 1:30 in the morning, and I said, hey, let me jump out there and make a video on this machine that I've had for a couple of days. So now I think I'm ready to go catch a nap. I'll mix this video together and schedule it up for this afternoon. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it today. And as always, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.